everyone. Welcome to Stock Market Today. It's Ali Corum and Ken Shreve here with a look at the action in today's session, where we saw the stock market roaring higher on the heels of the Fed's quarter-point rate hike. Ken.
Yes, indeed. It was quite volatile. We had early gains before the Fed decision, and then there was some interpretations that the Fed was maybe a little more hawkish than what was expected about their rate hikes, and we gave all those gains back. I mean, the Nasdaq was up 3% at one point, came all the way down, pared its gain to maybe about 0.3%, and then we closed with a bang up near session highs. So sort of a mirror image from yesterday. We had a strong open and it got stronger by the close, and same thing today, closed near session highs, and some stocks working. So the three names that I have today, we'll take a look at JB Hunt Transport Services. Transportation stocks had a great day today. JBHT is the ticker there. We'll take a look at Harmony Biosciences in the biotech sector, and also Nvidia. Is it time to buy Nvidia yet? We'll answer that question.
All right, we'll give the IBD take on that. But first, let's take a look at the major indexes. And we can also look at an intraday chart to see how the day played out as you were describing, Ken. So we have the NASDAQ composite here. This is a slightly delayed chart. So this doesn't even show exactly where we closed, like you said, with a bang. The NASDAQ up 3.8% today. The S&P 500 up 2.4%. The Dow up 1.6%. And the Russell 2000 up almost 3%. So following up on a strong gain yesterday, and this comes 2 sessions after the NASDAQ undercut its February 24th low, which was negative, but also it seems like at these levels it was perhaps a little bit expected to see somewhat of a rally from here, but it all comes down to the reaction of those headlines out today.
Yeah, definitely. And it was definitely, we had a nice day for the NASDAQ yesterday. And then today you can see it looks like we're going to get a close above that 21-day moving average as the NASDAQ tries to break out of its downtrend. So, I mean, it was very, very bullish action in the market today, no doubt about it. We did get higher volume too, it looks like. I mean, we're still looking at preliminary data in terms of NASDAQ and NYSE volume, but it does look to be nicely higher from what we saw yesterday. So the NASDAQ's performance today, very, very impressive. I mean, very volatile. Like I said, it paired that 3% gain soon after the Fed announcement came out. And just a little color on the Fed while we're talking about the NASDAQ here. So they hiked interest rates by a quarter point as expected. They are envisioning 6 more rate hikes this year. So that's going to imply a rate hike at every meeting through the end of the year, and at least 3 more next year. So initially the market was thinking it was maybe the Fed's getting even more hawkish, but NASDAQ certainly ended nicely higher. So positive session overall.
Yes, it was. And more details. As you said, we have preliminary figures that we are looking at, but check out the big picture today for more on the market's direction. And this close above the 21-day, can we hold above that level? I think is a big question, because it's been a resistance level for the NASDAQ and the S&P 500, which has gotten above its 21-day line a couple of times, but solidly above that level today as well. So continuing to make progress, but that doesn't necessarily mean we're out of the woods here.
Well, the real challenge is, when you're going through screens, whether you're looking at all the top performing S&P 500 gainers or the top gainers in the NASDAQ 100 today, looking for, signs of institutional buying. A lot of the biggest gainers today were stocks that have been beaten down the most. So we're seeing a lot of stocks, coming off lows, but they're still 40-50% off their highs. They look a lot like the major stock indexes at this point. But again, we got a good sign of strength today in the market, but just be patient, because if this uptrend or new uptrend is really going to work, it'll be 3-4 weeks at least as new leaders come out. What we don't want to see tomorrow or Friday is a higher volume decline. We don't want to
Right.
see, the indexes get turned away at this 21-day line. So market
Mhm.
still has to, prove itself here, and we'd like to see a bigger crop of new stocks to buy. That's still a little bit light, but we did add a name to leaderboard today, so that's a positive.
Yeah, great points there, Ken. I mean, we have seen some head fakes over the last couple of months, so patience is key, as you're saying. Let's also take a quick look at the Dow here, back above its 21-day line, and yeah, trying to get above that 34,000 level today. It did get above that. It did close above 34,000 by the end of the day. Let's also take a look at 0TNX so we can continue to track that visualization of the 10-year yield.
Yield, I think, got all the way up to 2.24% today, but it closed a little bit below 2.2. But it makes sense that the 10-year yield is rising here. The market is getting ready for higher interest rates, and the Fed flagged that again today, and more rate hikes next year. So this is what the stock market is grappling with, though. Is the Fed going to be too aggressive with their rate hikes? Are they going to throw the economy into a recession? The one thing that Jerome Powell said today was that he was very optimistic about this economy. He said we're dealing with a strong economy. We're dealing with a tight labor market. He said that inflation could stick around a while longer, but the Fed has tools to fight it by raising interest rates. And also,
Mhm.
he talked about the balance sheet. Trillions of dollars of bonds on their balance sheet, and they're going to start selling those. And he said that's going to be a rate hike in and of itself, because the selling of these bonds and the shrinking of the balance sheet could cause even more upward pressure on rates. And we'll see how the market responds to it. But again, we'll
Right.
we'll take a positive session today and move forward and get ready for tomorrow.
Exactly. Yeah. Only time will tell how successful the Fed will be at threading the needle here. But speaking of a name added to leaderboard, let's take a look at JBHT JB Hunt with a powerful breakout today, up almost 10%, strong volume, got that RS line blue dot. And while it perhaps wasn't the most perfect of bases, there's no doubt that JB Hunt cleared resistance here in a big way today, Ken.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I think we had a sense that the breakout was strong in the early going today, and on IBD Live, I did note some of the erratic price swings over the past couple of weeks here. Some sharp downward uh, da- down days as the little handle area formed here. But the breakout today was so powerful. There's good volume, and it was just a decisive close above the buy point, close near highs. So not all breakouts work the way we want them to, but at least with JB Hunt, this was just a picture perfect breakout, close near highs. Hard to find any faults in this one right now.
Mhm. Yeah. But if investors did miss this breakout today, I mean a 9% gain by the end of the day, Ken. So even if it is up a little bit more tomorrow, it seems like investors should wait for some sort of follow-on entry here instead of chasing it higher.
Yeah, it's probably extended. I mean, this thing just got stronger as the day wore on, and we still have Old Dominion ODFL on the leaderboard watch list. We went with JB Hunt today because, well, the market told us to
Mhm.
put it on leaderboard. But ODFL is another trucking stock to take a look at that is trying to break out over a little trend line here just above the 50-day moving average. So a lot of good action in the group today. And like I said at the beginning, transports performed well overall. The transportation index, I think, was up close to 4% today at last check. So transports still look pretty good.
All right, let's also take a look at Harmony Biosciences with a breakout. A little bit of a high handle because it did sneak above that cup base buy point not all too long ago, but a nice pullback, shakeout, and up 9% today. Some above average volume fueling this move as well with this base on base structure.
Yeah,
Next.
definitely. Yeah, so this is sort of like JB Hunt, totally different industry, but you can see how the stock held gains, and not surprisingly, the market closed near highs, and Harmony Biosciences did too. So a lot of biotechs, you don't have any revenue, you don't have any earnings, you have a good story being told. Harmony is highly profitable, as you can see, big earnings and sales growth in recent quarters. They make therapies to treat diseases of the central nervous system. So it's a small cap stock, average daily dollar volume just a little bit under 20 million. So it's a little more, maybe a little more speculative. But on the weekly chart, I just love this whole early stage look here. This is just a
Hmm.
breakout from a first stage base here. So if this market rally has legs, you'd expect a name like Harmony to continue to participate. And just like the look of the chart here, and we like these early stage breakouts, and Harmony certainly is one.
Yeah, looks promising. And let's also check in on Nvidia. Is it coming back to life? It's looking like it's taking a step in the right direction with today's gain of 6.6% above average volume here, looking like it broke a downtrend, but it doesn't look like it's made quite a decisive move yet above that 50-day line, which is a key level to watch on this chart.
Yeah, definitely. And everybody wants to own Nvidia. It's been a long time leader in the chip sector, and it's been a pretty sharp pullback down close to that 200 level. Nvidia's chart looks a lot like the major stock indexes right now. If the market is really ready to start a nice uptrend here, you'd expect Nvidia to participate. And you mentioned, I mean, there is a pretty clean trend line that you can draw on this daily chart, but that 50-day line was a resistance back when the stock hit that high around 269. So the 50-day line's been a resistance level here. It closed right at the line today, so it'll be important just to see how Nvidia reacts around this former support level that has turned into a resistance level lately. If it can get back above that and
Mhm.
build a new home above the 50-day moving average, we can
Mhm.
say that Nvidia's fully broken out of its downtrend.
Right. And the point you were making, Ken, about NVIDIA participating in a market rally, I think is an important one and something that we are talking about a lot, which is the groups that have been leading are not your stocks that were leading in 2020 and 2021 that we were focused on, those more traditional growth names like your NVIDIAs, like your Teslas. Those have not been in focus this year. So will those cyclical names continue to move higher if we do start seeing names like Nvidia and Tesla come back to life?
Well, that's the big question right now. Is if again we are ready to start a new uptrend here. What is the leadership going to look like? Because frankly, it's hard to see it coming from tech after all the destruction that's been done in the software group. Now, Nvidia, again, next Monday, March 22nd, they're going to have their investor day, and you can be sure that Nvidia is going to be talking about a lot of new innovation, a lot of new products, sort of highlighting their growth path going forward. So I'm expecting pretty good things out of the investor day next Monday. We'll see if it can continue to outperform after a sharp pullback. It's going to have some overhead supply to work through, but if it can get back above that 50-day and maybe move above that recent high. It's tough to read on the chart. I think it's around 269. That the recent high there. We might get a chance to increase the position here. It's still a position on leaderboard. It's a big position. We've been in the stock a long time, so starting to show signs of life, and we'll see if it can truly resume a new uptrend here.
All right, sounds good, Ken. Thank you so much for all your thoughts and analysis today, and for everyone for tuning in. We will be back with more tomorrow morning on IBD Live, so we hope everyone joins us for all the fun. Investors.com/IBD Live in what could be another pivotal day in the market, but we'll have to see. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow.